Brilliance Audio presents Vanished at Sea, the true story of a child TV actor and double murder, by Tina Dirmann. Performed by Tanya Eby. The name of the boat said it all. Well deserved. And it was. Standing on the deck of their 55-foot yacht, taking in deep breaths of the salty sea breeze brushing their skin, Thomas Hawks and his wife Jackie knew life didn't get any better than this. They weren't rich. He was a retired probation officer. She was a stay-at-home mom. But they scrimped, they saved, they invested, and they retired early. By the time they sold their Prescott, Arizona home, they had earned enough to fulfill a lifelong dream. Live life on the ocean blue. They fought hard to get there, and it was well deserved. "We have been told that God doesn't count time on the water towards your lifespan," Thomas said of his life at sea. "So I'm sure Jackie and I have many more cruising years ahead of us." But even when life's rewards are earned, there's no guarantee fate won't turn against you. Even the best of luck can go bad. Even the brightest fortune can be washed away by storms. Even the most promising horizon, appearing so blindingly brilliant, can be hiding the dark squall gaining strength just beyond your sight. And so, there's no way Tom and Jackie could know what lay ahead for them. The past 2 years had been so good. The couple spent their days traveling up the Mexican coast, Puerto Vallarta, San Carlos, La Paz, Guadalajara. If a patch of beach looked appealing, they simply stopped and dropped anchor. Sometimes their wanderlust brought them to the tiniest Mexican fishing villages, ones so small, locals didn't bother naming them. But Thomas and Jackie had the kind of easygoing, fun-loving presence that never left them strangers in a strange town for long. They made fast friends, and typically found themselves mingling with the locals, sharing their fish, indulging in a few beers. How long they stayed at each spot could depend on the flip of a coin. "Do we leave today or stay another night?" Thomas might ask Jackie. "Or maybe we'll just flip for it." Tom couldn't imagine having spent the past 24 months doing anything else, though he had come dangerously close to postponing it all. After nearly 2 decades of service as a probation officer for Yavapai County, Arizona, 56-year-old Tom was itching to start his new life at sea. Shortly after turning in his notice to retire, bosses at the Yavapai County Probation Department weren't ready to let Tom go. He had worked for 2 decades as a probation officer, and it would be hard to find someone who would work as hard as Tom did, or care as much. Twice a year he organized a 10-kilometer run to raise money for the Sheriff's Office's DARE, Drug Abuse Resistance Education, program. As a volunteer search and rescue officer, he scoured his county's rugged backlands in search of lost hikers, and he rode with the sheriff's Jeep posse, where he'd once helped comb the woods of Prescott for a little deaf boy who'd gotten himself lost. The team ultimately found him, scared but healthy, hiding beneath a clump of bushes. He was the kind of guy even the probationers on his caseload looked up to. "The way my dad looked at it," Ryan Hawks said of his dad's job, "he thought he was helping someone who went down the wrong path in life get back on the right path. He thought this was his way of giving back to his community." One probationer, an artist, in thanks for all the guidance Tom provided, presented him with a portrait of Tom himself, an avid bodybuilder, lifting weights. "That's how much these guys loved him," Ryan said. "They always wanted to give him things to show how much they appreciated his help." Desperate to keep Tom on the job a little longer, the county offered him another $500 a month on his retirement pay if he'd put in 1 more year. Initially, Tom said yes, even though he'd already sold his home, even though he'd already bought the well-deserved. He said yes. Then a close friend, Judge Robert Kubler, the man who'd married Tom and Jackie so many years before, retired at age 53. He'd been a judge and educator for better than 30 years. 3 months later, the father of 5 was vacationing in Deer Valley with his wife and one of their sons when his car careened out of control. His wife and son were airlifted to the nearest ER and survived. Robert did not.